Well, howdy you. It's me. Me? Who's me? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. Thus, thank you for hanging out with my so-called profit scenarios, which totally a whole other thing. I don't care. I do care, but nonetheless, I'm very lucky to be alive and very lucky to do so. So, I'm a geek. I'm a total geek as it relates to literature and history and, well, wisdom if we're lucky, right? So that'd be the deal. So the so-called, it's not a so-called novel. This thing, right? Notes from Underground, Fyodor Dostoevsky. It's not a novel. It is like a rumination on life and the purpose to be here. This very book, right, has not only kept me alive, but I keep going back to Dostoevsky, pardon me, for many reasons. Because, listen, I'm a geek, right? It is how it is. And if you have the opportunity, which bless your soul, you should have the opportunity to study some literature and study words and study stories. Dostoevsky is one of the hallmarks as it relates to the meaning of life. Long story, not so short, right? Help me help you with this, right? I'm lucky. I'm still alive, right? I'm 57 right now. My birthday's coming up in July 24. If I could be here maybe another 10 years, 20 years, I'd be lucky. My dear grandmother, bless Annie, right? She lived till 99. My dad died, he was 61. So I'm like, Jesus, sweet Christ, what I got left? Like, I don't know. You can't predict that stuff, right? I haven't been born with like a pretty big brain up here, which I treat like shit a lot. But nonetheless, it is what it is. You don't know, right? So, me, who I am and what I was born with is this quest for knowledge, this quest for the unknown. Einstein himself, right? Boom, bless him. Born on 3/14, March 14. I won't tell you, well, I could tell you where I was on March 14th of this year. Will tell you that it's the greatest unknown, i.e., what's the purpose? What's the meaning? I.e., if we could figure it out, Einstein himself, he was an agnostic. Agnostic means that I don't know. I'm not choosing atheism, i.e., giving the big old fuck you to religion. And I'm not choosing Jewish. He was born a Jew. He was a Jew, bless his soul. I've been married to a Jewish woman, bless her soul. But he wasn't Christian. He's like, I don't know. I just don't know. And you know what? This book, Notes from Underground by Dostoevsky, right? It is a beautiful journal and written by him. His soul is like, I don't know. I wish I knew. I mean, Jesus sweet Christ, pardon my language. If I knew, I'd be making like 2 million, 10 million bucks on YouTube right now or whatever. I still might. That's a whole other deal, right? I'm an entrepreneur. However, it is one of these things where you got to understand. You don't have to understand it. You need to accept the fact that we don't know. We don't know. Everything I've been through personally in my life, if I battled the torches, if I battled death and evil, I've gone to the edge. Thank you, right, for everything that I have done with respect to stepping there and getting back there. If you don't know, you don't know. And then you're like, I've been to the edge, right? I was that close. I had like a 44, by my hands, like, I ain't gonna pull that trigger. I ain't gonna pull that trigger right now. I'll do something else, right? Because I'm not young anymore. I mean, shit, if I was back, I'm 57 now. If I was like 17, rewind 40 years, and 40 is a magic number. I would say, what? Go have fun. You're lucky to be alive. You're lucky to have a life. What the fuck, man? Me talking to me. Now, my dear dad, bless his soul, he passed away 2006, so 19 years ago, coming up, right? Yeah, he'd say the same thing to me. I have a terrible relationship with my family, por favor, right? This one is for my mother and my brother and my sister and everyone in my family who disowned me, right? Because there was this stepdad that stepped into my equation, right? He was a Methodist minister. He was a pedophile. He abused men, women, children. It's been recorded. He got kicked out of Cherokee, Iowa for running a church. What do you got to do to get kicked out of Cherokee, Iowa? Well, you must be a motherfucker, man. Because that's how it was. And it was. Anyway, long story not so short. My dear mother chose to marry this guy, and I bought him a house. I've done what I've done. He's dead now. The only thing I say about him, right, and Bob Davis as it relates to the dogma of religion is like peace. Peace within. To my mom and to my family and to my friends. Any of you that are dealing with the dogma and the absolute fucking bullshit and fake shit of religion, do not trust it. There is one thing you can trust, and it's right here in your soul, all right? The Bible is the most beautiful book that I've ever read. I'm a total geek, right? But the Bible is like, holy shit. Who wrote this? What does it mean? You're telling me this is the word of some God up wherever? Those are the words of human beings that they experience. I believe this. They experienced those. Jesus of Nazareth was experienced. That guy, Jesus, he lived. He was here on planet Earth for 33 years. And he did what he did. And somehow, some way, he's the greatest revolutionary, greatest rebel ever. Because, you know what? They wrote a big book about him. They wrote 4 chapters, the gospel, about him. So, take it as you want it, human being. But whoever you are and whatever you do and however you like, quote unquote, define yourself, be careful. Be really careful, because I guarantee you, you don't know until you know. If you let the dogma, if you let the authorities, if you let anything come down upon you and own you, you're going to be fucked up. You're going to be done before you know it. Truth be told, if I had authority, I don't have that authority, but if I had proof, right, that Jesus was the Son of God, well, you know, I'd stand up right now and tell you that. But I don't know that. You know what I know right now is like, well, I'm a proud engineer from that place, so like I can like make 2 + 2 = 4, and I know the quadratic equation, and I'm like brilliant at thermodynamics and blah blah blah. Find the facts, be the facts, and the facts, the belief, the real stuff matters, all right? And if there's one thing, not one thing, but for sure a few things I can do is like, this is therapy for me. I love you all. I love anyone that watches this and listening. I love you all that have like, that have had my back through the struggle I've been on over the last 10 years. When 10 years ago, right, the Methodist minister pedophile, blah, 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 took everything away from me because my mother listened to him. Bad idea. I can't change that. I can't change the fact that my dad died. I can't change the fact Dad died 19 years ago coming up, but it happened. All you can do with what you got is, it's a classic, All right, I'm a Republican. I'm a libertarian. Theodore Roosevelt, love that guy. One of his best quotes ever was like, do what you can with what you got where you are. Do what you can with what you got where you are. And it's just now, today, now. Do not, bless you, Teddy Roosevelt, do not, as I try to preach to myself every day, do not try to bet on eternity. I'm not going to heaven. I believe there is no heaven. This is it, right here on planet Earth. I'm a geek, man. Talk to you about how precious this planet Earth is and how like special we are in life. There is no heaven. This is heaven. When you're done, you're gone here, right? You'll get like, you'll get cremated and blasted off the Golden Gate Bridge or dug into something. Swear to God, my God is the universe. I swear to God, I was like, I don't. As much money as I have is like nobody's gonna bury me. I got another plan with that. Anyway, the point is like enjoy the now. Now. It's beautiful. I know life sucks. I've felt it. I feel it right now. I'm struggling to bury myself out of the unbury myself out of the hole I've been in, given what my stepdad did to me and what my record says, blah, blah, blah. But what matters the most is just live. I am the happiest. I will speak. Bless me on the ability to do so. I will speak for myself and say that I am blessed when I am just natural and just me. Just natural, just me and having fun. I worry, I think way too much, but that's what we do. But you know what? Have fun. One of the most beautiful books I've ever read was by Phil Knight, the founder of Nike. It's called, he's the shoe dog, right? It's Nike, but whatever. But he quoted in it, and it's, I should send everybody a book. He was quoting, it's like, the game plan, the deal is play, have fun, and play. Those 4 words. I'm not saying the 4 words are love or fuck or the 4 words. It's called play. Just have fun, right? And you build a huge company out of it. Just saying, like, if you haven't watched the Air Jordan movie with respect to Nike, you should do so. Anyway, I was saying that too. All right, I'm going to end this beautiful thing with a little quote unquote summary from Dostoevsky, Notes from the Underground. I'll find you a way to get you this book. It's the fascinating thing about it, there's a lot of fascinating things about it, but the fascinating thing about it is that when I went to jail in the summer of 2022, courtesy of my mother, right, who called the cops on me because it was on Father's Day, right? Because they had a big disagreement because, like, Bob Davis is not my dad, all right? He fucked it up. He's lying about me. He called the cops. Because he's dead. Thank God. Thank God he's still dead. He called the cops, right? Because he's a Methodist minister. That guy used to sit in his goddamn fucking chair, pardon me, and watch MSNBC 24 hours a day to abuse Donald Trump, to abuse government, right? Because, like, you want to own the planet? It's like, sorry, Bob, you're about to die. You want to own the planet? Ain't gonna happen. You should have another heart attack, which he did, thank God, a few days after I was arrested. But that's a whole other story. I did not do it, but you got it. But that guy, you got to be careful as it relates to belief that surrounds you in life. Hey, we all love something. If you're dead right now, well, it happened. I'm sorry. But if you love something, you're probably alive. And because you love something, you're like, wow, if you love yourself enough, it's like, I need some food. I need to like take a piss and take a shit. Maybe take a shower. I don't know. You know where I'm going on this. But you're alive for a reason, right? You chose to be alive. That's a great one. You chose to be alive. You can kill yourself right now if you want to. I hope you don't. I preach that to myself every day. I hope you don't. But you could be. You could be. Anywho, I love you all. I'm going to this is a very quick read. It's not a quick read. It's one of those things like if you don't like to read books, this is easy. Look at that. I'll do the math for you. It's a little book. It's short. But Dostoevsky, Notes from Underground, the new translation thereof. Thank you, Sioux City Library. Richard Pivar and Larissa Volkansky. Award-winning translators they are. So on and so forth. So I'm going to give you like a piece of this before I say howdy and thank you again. Right from the book, where the book starts. All right? Hang with me. It says, I am a sick man. I am a wicked man. With this sentence, and those are in quotes, right? Start of the book. I am a sick man. I am a wicked man. With this sentence, Fyodor Dostoevsky began one of the most revolutionary novels ever written, a work that marks the frontier, not only between 19th and 20th century fiction, but between 2 centuries' visions of the self. You know what the self is? It's you. There's no one like you. There never will be, and there never has been. The self. You, Mr. and Ms. Self, are here for a reason because yourself was born. I did not predict. I did not choose my mom and dad. I didn't say, hey, mom and dad, go hop in bed or hop in the backseat of a car. Jesus, sweet Christ. Do whatever you need to do, right, to create me. I didn't do it. It happened. Here I am. I am the self because it happened. My mom could hate my dad, which she does. My dad, who's dead and gone, he never hated my mom, but he left my mom. That's a whole other story. But I'm the self. I was created because somehow, someway, they said, we're going to get together. That ain't so bad. Despite my fear, despite my struggles, despite my everything. I'll finish this off real quick and as much as I can. One of the most revolutionary novels ever written, a work that marks the frontier not only between 19th and 20th century fiction, but between 2 centuries. Visions of the self, as I said. For the unnamed narrator of Notes from Underground, this one, the narrator, by the way, is Dostoevsky. But you got to read it. He wrote it. You got to read it. It'll take you, I don't know, how fast do you read? Get off this shit, read faster. Anyway, the narrator Notes from Underground is a multiplicity of selves, each at war with the others, all at war with everything else. We live in a tough place, human beings. The world, we live in this beautiful little blue planet. And we don't get it. I don't get it. I'm still trying to get it. I'm lucky to be alive, right? I should be dead given everything I've done to myself, but nonetheless, here I am in books like this. You're not alone. I'm not alone. So everything I've worked on, everything doing with respect to mental health and wellness, it comes to being like, you're not alone. I've had some beautiful people in my life that have shown up and been with me and helped me. But I got this thing inside me, given anything I struggle with, part of my nose, is that why do I feel alone all the time? I feel alone all the time. Which is why Dostoevsky wrote that book 150 years ago. They're out there all the time. That's why I love books. I love libraries. I love those stories because I don't feel alone, right? I mean, I pick up a book like that, which is a classic. It's like, whew, thank God I'm not alone. Whoever God is, I haven't met God. I don't think I ever will meet God, but thank God I'm not alone. So, I guess that's the preface of the conversation. It's like you're not alone. It's tough and angry and everything you feel. You're not alone. I think all of you, every human being, not human beings, but dogs too. I miss my dog Dempsey, but that's a whole other thing as it relates to Bob Davis, my mother, etc., etc. It's like, you're not alone. You are not alone. All right. It takes work. It takes work. It takes real guts to find somebody to figure it out. In my 40 days in the desert in San Francisco, which I just went through while I suffered through that shithole called Delancey Street Foundation. Last week or so, I ran I got lucky. So I talked myself into it. Kind of, sort of, I don't know. I got lucky into running the laundry there. I called it, I said, you know what? We're going to rename this thing. We're calling it God's Laundry. God's Laundry. Two of us. Me, a young, beautiful boy. Not beautiful boy, beautiful man. John Rodriguez. I hope he's well. He's probably there right now. Because I left there, I was like, oh, fuck this. I'm out of here after 40 days. But John Rodriguez and I just renamed it God's Laundry. And there's a lot of reasons for that. But the biggest reason was when you go to the Delancey Street Foundation, you cannot bring a Bible. I.e., if you have a Bible in your pocket, in your bag, where I was like, no, sorry, you can't bring that here. I was like, what the fuck? Man, this is my dad's Bible. My dad got this when he graduated from high school. I carry it with me everywhere. It's kept me alive. I ain't no spring chicken, but by the way, that thing has kept me alive. It's like, no, sorry, you can't bring that here. By the way, take off your jeans and bend over so we can check up your ass if you're carrying any drugs. It's like, Jesus fuck me. Which didn't happen, but by the way, that did happen. Like, no. So, back to what keeps you alive. I call it God's Laundry after I served a month there and got so-called promoted to laundry. I was like, John Rodriguez, you and I were going to call it God's Laundry. Just the two of us. We'd probably 30, 40 loads of stuff every day from guys that would jump off stuff, drop off stuff. And then it just became fun. I'm too deep on scripture. I'm too deep on quotes. So, love you, John Rodriguez. Man, I hope you're well. You're probably still there. I talked to your grandparents, whatever, a month ago. Because bless you, you gave me their number when I left. wherever you are, just take care of yourself, all right? John Rodriguez, I worry about you. I worry about all the guys. There's like 80, 90 guys there, maybe one or two women. I worry about them because I know how hard it is. I know how hard it is to feel alone. I know how hard it is to feel like you got nothing left. And I feel very blessed. I felt like I gotta walk out of here at 40 days because this ain't the place for me. I'm not on paper. Thank God I'm not anymore. I wasn't on paper when I went there. I just went there to create something new. But of course, 90+% of the guys, everyone there is on paper. They got to go there. And to see society and see everything just ripping their souls apart. It's a sad, 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 sad truth. And it's going on everywhere. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. I made bad decisions with respect to deals I've done. Trusting my stepdad, bad decision. Believing. I guess that's the point of all. Anyway. Love you. I'll let you go. Notes from Underground. We are all, that's why I love this book, is because it's underground. All right. We're all living underground in some way, somehow. And I swear to God, when you really face it and get real with it, there's a way out of this mess. And when I faced it, when I walked out of that place in San Francisco, it's like, man, I had nothing in my pocket. I was like, I gotta go. No matter what happens, I'll accept death. I guess that's it. You gotta accept the fact that you're lucky to live. And whatever happens, happens. We'll call it God's laundry. We'll do God's laundry for everyone. Love you. Thank you.